In the NHL, suspensions are bound to happen. In the heat of the moment, players oftentimes can see their better judgment flying out the window, or in this case, over the boards. And when choices are made, as we all know, consequences are soon to follow. In this video, I'm going to highlight the longest suspensions ever given out in NHL history. So get out those trash cans and turn on those garbage disposals, cause it's about to get real dirty up in here. Now everyone knows Ryan Kesler has a mouth on him, and he can run it more than most in the league, I'll give him that. But sometimes, when you choose to be the instigator, well, you also tend to pay a hefty price. Not only was Kesler, who was a victim of taking a stick to the face in physical pain, but his perpetrator would soon meet the same fate financially. As courtesy of NHL disciplinarian at the time, Colin Campbell, Jesse Bolarois was dealt a hefty 25-game suspension in result. I'm sure you knew fair and well that Torres wasn't going to be left out of this video, as Torres was no stranger to controversy during his career, as a forward found himself frequently in the spotlight, but for less than savory reasons. And this time, it was for a brutally late and direct hit to the head of Marian Hossa during the Stanley Cup playoffs of 2012. This resulted in Torres receiving a little more than just a slap on the wrist, as he was made to sit out for 25 games, and also caused Hossa to be escorted off the ice in a stretcher. Similarly to Torres, Simon had a tendency during his time in the NHL to push the boundaries. And this time, he did so at the expense of Hollweg, who made a decision he would soon regret, checking Simon. Obviously, he took no exception to the hit and let Hollweg know exactly how he felt about it by wasting no time in equating his stick to Hollweg's face. For his efforts, Simon received some unpaid vacation time equaling out to 25 games and forfeited around $80,000 in salary. Ouch. If you know enough about a typical dirty player, you know he never seemed to learn. No matter the previous disciplines, something just keeps him coming back for more. And Simon was no exception, who just months ago was given out one of the longest suspensions ever recorded, and decided to, turn it up a notch. He did so by taking Pittsburgh forward at the time, Jarkko Ruutu, down to a vulnerable position, and from there, stomped all over his foot. Ruutu, as you would expect, was in an insurmountable amount of pain, as taking a stick blade anywhere on your body doesn't feel too good, I'm sure. And for the 7th time in his career, Simon was yet again suspended, this time for 30 games, and lost out around $300,000 in salary. So you know the saying, old habits die hard? Well, for Torres, the saying was also true, as the forward found himself yet again at the mercy of the league after he dealt a vicious hit to the head of Silverberg. And to make matters even worse, the hit took place during a preseason game, which is definitely the worst time to go headhunting, as games are usually of a lower intensity. Anyways, you can imagine this crime, as bad as it was met with even steeper punishment, as Torres received a suspension equal to half the regular season of 41 games, and hasn't played since. So here's a quick reminder, no matter how hectic it gets out there as a hockey player, you never hit an official. You just don't, it's pretty much an unspoken rule. Anyways, close to a century ago, used a couple officials as his personal punching bags after his team lost out in the Stanley Cup Finals of 1927. His punishment, you ask? Banned for life. Yes, he was given a lifetime banishment from the NHL in result of his actions. So yeah, one tip, never touch the guys in the black and white stripes.